What's going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And we are back with part 3 of our Final Fantasy Play Booster Box opening. We have done 2 of these already because we are breaking these up into sets of 6 packs each so that they can be individual sealed pools. So if you missed the first 2 episodes, I highly encourage you to go check it out. But for now, we are going to grab our first of 6 packs for today and see what we get in this one. If you have missed those prior episodes, don't forget, it's a sealed pool. So let us know what you would play if you opened these 6 packs in a sealed event. We start with a, hold on, that's better. We start with a Rook Turret, an Aerith Rescue Mission, a Blazing Bomb.
Yeah.
I know you're a big fan. I am not. A Fight On. That's a good one.
That art is so cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And I mean, you know, even though we're not as big of a fan of Yuffie, it's still very cool.
Yeah.
We have a Geisal Greens, if you want to make the birds deck. We have a White Mage's Staff. You all may be able to see it, but there's something back here. Ah, it's Lucas Stadium, aka Strixhaven Stadium, as one of the Through the Ages cards.
It's borderless. It's beautiful.
It is, and it lists the artist as Square Enix because it's just a still from the game.
Nice.
So, there is Lucas Stadium. We have our uncommons in Prompto Argentum as our first, Capital City as the second. Okay, I mean, it's filtering, but it's still pseudo-fixing. And the Crystals Chosen.
Nice.
This is the one that you love in foil.
Oh my god, it's just so gorgeous. But even not in foil, it's really freaking beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It's a little expensive, but what it does is very cool. You just make 4 1/1s and then put a counter on each creature you control. So really, at minimum, you make 4 2/2s.
Yeah, that's great. It's nice to, for once, see a card where I really love the art, where it's actually also a good card.
Yeah, yeah, that's totally fair. Yeah, I mean, I talked a while ago about the fact that, like, you know, that's something that I think is really cool, that even a random common that will never be more than like 2 cents can still have this gorgeous artwork on it or something like that. And obviously that's not referring to this. I just mean in general that, like, you know.
But that's one of the great things about this game.
Yeah.
Right? Is that, you know, the arts are not a determinant of how good the card is.
Correct.
You know, it's not that discerning or discriminatory, really.
Yep.
You know, so you can love a bad card for its art, so that every card can be loved to a degree.
Yeah, I like that. I very much like that. And we have the Masamune as our rare. So I guess, am I not understanding? Lucas Stadium was one of our uncommons. Oh, no, it wasn't. Capital City. Never mind. So those were our 3 uncommons, and now we have our rare, the Masamune.
Yeah.
So the cool thing about this, it's the first pack that we happen to open, right? Again, this allows us to stay open. We don't need to know what colors we're in yet. And obviously, your rares and mythics don't have to dictate what colors you're in, but it usually helps. But the Masamune is here, and notably, it talks about a creature dying causing a triggered ability of this creature, or an emblem to trigger, that it would trigger an additional time. So that's something to be aware of, that, like, if we can see any creatures that have when another creature dies abilities on it, that's something that we can keep an eye out for. But we have the Masamune. Behind that, are we at the foil yet? I don't think so. We are not. We have Balam Garden Seed Academy.
Nice.
As our second rare and a flip card that flips into Balam Garden Airborne. And it becomes a 5/4 vehicle with flying and crew 1.
Wow.
Very, very cool. Okay, that's an interesting rare. And then our foil is Rufus Shinra.
Oh.
Foil uncommon. In the last opening, we got Dark Star, which is his dog that he enters with. Or I should say when he attacks, he gets Dark Star. But anyway, so here is... That foil is pretty nice in the background, at least.
Yeah.
Right?
That's real nice.
Mm-hmm. And for what would otherwise be considered like kind of a dark art,
Yeah.
you know? Mm-hmm. Very cool. Behind Rufus, our land is a Rabanastre Royal City. So another dual land. We got Belum Garden as a dual land and a town. So that's something.
I freaking love this art. Can I just say that?
Please.
Like, this is probably one of my favorite arts in this set.
Wow, okay. And I think this is the art that they use at the start of Arena when you like load it in or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a good choice.
So if you guys have Arena, even if you don't want to play Arena, just load it up. So you can see this picture big.
Yeah, it's like zoomed in. And
when it's big like that, it's fucking gorgeous, guys.
Agreed. I have to agree. And then behind Rabanastre,
so detailed.
It really, when it's zoomed in like that.
You can't tell when it's small like this, but when it's big, like on your computer screen, like open it up on the biggest screen you've got, and like if you can transfer it to your like big screen TV, do that because like literally it's so detailed and so gorgeous.
Yeah, I agree. Really, really nice. And it's fixing, which is important for making the deck with as well. Yeah. And we end up with a hero/treasure token. That was only pack 1. So now we're on to pack 2.
It's a pretty exciting pack 1. Actually.
Yeah, right? Not bad at all.
Let's see.
2 rares and Through the Ages card. Pretty damn good. We have Blitzball Shot as our first. Combat Tutorial. 2 Final Fantasy X cards in a row, huh? Magitech Infantry. Warrior's Sword. Very good job select card. We have a Resentful Revelation with Brooding Sephiroth on it.
Yeah.
He's so brooding in the library. We have Vincent's Limit Break. Speaking of that library area is where you find Vincent, if you recall. But here's Vincent's Limit Break.
This card is so cool.
The art is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. I knew that's what you meant, but...
It's like more stylized than a lot of these. Like a lot of these other ones are super realistic, like photo sort of style. But this has, an artistic feel to it. Where it's like trying to look like a picture that somebody made instead of a picture that somebody took. And
it's probably because it's supposed to be a little bit more abstract, because the 3 figures behind him are the things that he can turn into. So it's not real. It's just showing like the possibilities of his limit break.
Yeah.
For Galleon Beast, Death Gigas, or Hellmasher. So
cool.
Yeah, very cool. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Wow. We have... I actually don't think I've seen this card from this set yet. That's crazy.
I don't think so.
So it's Barnabas Tharmer? Sure. Barnabas Tharmer. A.k.a. Crom, Ludovic's Opus. This art is insane.
Yeah. It really is.
It's a 5-mana 4/4 flying haste, and whenever an opponent draws their second spell each turn, you draw a card. And it has partner because it's a legendary zombie horror.
Sick.
Yeah. So you could partner this up with another legend as your commander. That is very, very nice. And again, Square Enix as the artist, because it's a still from Final Fantasy 16. That is very, very cool. I like I said, I hadn't seen that card yet, so very grateful to have gotten it. We have a Valkyrie Aerial unit as our first uncommon. Not bad.
Cool. A
Quina Q Gourmet, or Kina Q Gourmet, as our second. This art is a lot. And a Lionheart as the third. If you watched our last opening that we did, our last video, Lionheart really likes us, apparently.
Yeah.
In this box. Behind that, our next card is... Wow, an alt art, uncommon, Summon Anima.
Wow.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, that's psychedelic looking.
Yeah, that's fair. I can agree with
Looks
that.
like one of those posters that you shine a black light on.
Yeah, I like that. That's that they sell at like the head shops, right? Really, really cool. All right. Our next card then is a rare or mythic, and it is Excalibur 2. A lot of equipment rares, or 2 equipment rares, I should say, out of 2 packs. So Excalibur 2, whenever you gain life, put a charge counter on Excalibur 2. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter on Excalibur 2. And its equip cost is 3, but it's 1 to play. So not too bad. Obviously, we would want to make sure that we had some life gain going on, because if we didn't, this card is useless. Yeah. Actually useless, because it doesn't start with any charge counters on it, and it only gets charge counters when you gain life. So, something to be aware of. Behind Excalibur 2, our foil, yes, is another foil equipment, or sorry, another equipment in foil in Warrior's Sword. Look at that in foil, though.
Yeah, it's very cool.
The sword itself looks great.
I really love the art on this card.
You do?
Yeah, hair goals right there.
Fair enough.
One day when I'm old, I want my hair to look like that.
When I'm old. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like she looks like Red from Orange is the New Black.
She definitely does. She definitely does. With a big ass sword.
Yeah. Like Red the way Red should have been.
Yeah, for sure. Behind it, our land is a full art mountain. Speaking of red.
That's a beautiful card too.
Right?
The arts are so good.
They really
I feel
are.
like I say that every set. I'm like, the arts are better this time than they were last time. But it's like always true.
Well,
they're always like upping the ante just a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can only imagine that that's like some like professional rivalry between the artists, you know?
Maybe.
Where it's like, wow, that one art from that last set, or the art in general from that last set's very good. Like, I really want to make sure that I'm like not, slacking on this job. So, very, very cool.
I like to think of it more as like an inspiration thing. Like, oh, they see the set that they did an art for, and they realize that like the other arts in the set feel better to them than their own does.
Okay.
And then they are inspired to be better for the next time.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, sure, why not? And then the last card in the pack is a bird/wizard. God, I love these wizards, man. I don't even necessarily mean the art, although this art is really cool. I just mean like the playability of the wizards deck is really cool. All right, a third of the way there. That's 2 packs. Here is pack number 3 of 6.
I mean, the bird decks are good too.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, you're totally right. Here is another job select equipment in Sage's Newliths or Nowliths. We have a weapons vendor. Wow, a lot of equipment stuff, like a lot, right? Masamune, Excalibur 2, Sage's Newliths. We've got the white mage's staff as well from before.
Yeah.
Weapons vendor now that cares about equipment. We have haste magic. A Shinra reinforcements. Yeah, there we go. Town greeter. Vane's treachery. Adventurers in.
Yeah.
Gotta open one of these per video for Amy. Do we have another one? Are you kidding? 3 Through the Ages cards in a row? A Promise Fulfilled.
I love this one.
AKA Light Up the Stage. Very, very nice. And this is Final Fantasy VIII. I would say art, but again, it's a still from the game of Final Fantasy VIII. Very nice. Again, that's our 3rd one in a row of this. Behind it, our first uncommon is Summon Shiva. Very nice. A Saz's Chocobo, or Sash's Chocobo, something like that.
Yeah, this one's actually cute.
Yeah, even though it's a bird.
Yeah.
God, go check out our Video Games for All channel. Links down in the description box below. You'll understand more why the running joke over there is that Amy hates birds. But yeah, this is an interesting one.
This one's cute.
And honestly, you get this thing down on turn 1, your opponent's going to have to deal with it one way or another very quickly. Because on turn 2, it's a 1-2. It just goes up from there. It's like very, very good. And an Ashe, Princess of Dalmasca. She cares about getting an artifact specifically from the top, but I mean, she's literally holding a sword, so, you know, it's probably going to be an equipment if you were to play her. But our next card after our 3 uncommons is a rare in the Water Crystal.
Oh.
First of the crystals that we've seen in this whole box, I think. There's one of each of the 5 colors, and this one is the blue one. I usually don't... I would agree with many folks who talk about the fact that, like, these crystals aren't great for limited. It makes your blue spells cheaper, but you have to cast this for 4. So, like, by the time you are at 4 mana, like, what blue spells are you making cheaper? Like Ice Flan, you know?
Right, exactly.
For 6, so technically, I guess, you could play this on 4 and the Ice Flan on 5, but, like, that's not really that much of a discount. But it does double mills, right? If an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill that many plus 4 instead. So, sorry, it doesn't double mill, but it mills plus 4. And then you can pay 6 mana to have the mill cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. And of course, if this is still in the field, it's the number of cards in your hand plus 4. But still. Okay, well anyway, that's our rare in the Water Crystal. Behind it, I think we have another rare before the foil. Nope. But we have a foil rare.
Whoa.
By the way...
that's like almost an eyesore.
Well,
foil.
Wait till we flip it over.
Oh my god.
This is Venat, Heart of Hydaelyn. And I remember opening one of these in foil with Casey, who flipped out because it is gorgeous.
It's so... I mean, the whole thing is silver.
Yeah, well, wait till we flip it over. The backside is Hydaelyn the Mother Crystal.
Whoa, what the hell?
It's so cool. Oh, I'm so glad we have this in foil. Foil rare. Look at it.
That's insane.
It's incredible.
I don't even know. I can't even... even see it.
I'll pass it to you. But yeah, look at how sick that looks.
Just the whole thing is silver.
Oh my god, I love it. Yeah. Venat, Heart of Hydaelyn, and then Hydaelyn the Mother Crystal. My god, it's gorgeous. Here, I'll let you look at that. We also have this Full Art Plains. Very, very cool. And a hero/knight token. I like that knight token a lot, actually. Very nice. Okay, well, second set of 3 packs, I should say, specifically. So we have in this one, yeah, we got there. We start with Summon GF Ifrit from Final Fantasy VIII. A Saga Demon. An enchantment creature Saga Demon. We have Ahriman, first one of those we've seen today. This is a great card. A Belam T. Rexar.
Wow.
First one of these we've seen in a while, if not in the box so far. Very interesting. This is also a great card, by the way. We have Dragoon's Wyvern. I know you like this one.
Yeah. Tickle its belly.
We have a Galacat. That's a flyer. We have a Syncopate.
It's a cool art.
Yeah, it is. Another Adventurer's Inn for you, Amy. You know what? Honestly, so here's what I'm thinking so far. And again, this is just where we're at this point. Blue and white as a color combo wants you to be playing artifacts. We have so many equipment that we should be, they're all artifacts, so we should be able to play blue-white with artifacts. Maybe we splash red for the for these 2 Through the Ages cards that we opened, but and we can splash red a little bit easier with stuff like Rabanastre, but I don't know. Like, I feel like blue and white, caring about artifacts, like we have legendary cards. If we have enough legendaries, right, then we can play like stuff like this. I think we can do it. And notably, the Masamune is a legendary. And this says whenever you cast a legendary spell, and the Masamune is a legendary artifact. So that's just, and Excalibur 2 is a legendary artifact. I didn't even notice. So yeah, that's really cool. Very synergistic. So I like that. But my point is, with Excalibur 2, we were saying no life gain in the deck means that it's unplayable. The Adventurer's Inns gain you 2 life when they enter.
Yeah.
And so playing 2 of those, if we're only in a 2-color deck, is actually not that bad. We should totally be able to do that. The Crystal's Chosen again,
Wow.
which is a white card, can absolutely go in this white-blue deck, and we have 2 of them. It's, again, a little expensive, so maybe we would only play 1, but still. But that's our first uncommon. Freya Crescent is the second. This Rat Knight.
Crazy. Okay.
And a Summon Fenrir is the third. This is actually a pretty good card. Pretty damn good.
I want to summon Fenrir.
Well, it looks like you'll have to play Final Fantasy XI to be able to do that, according to this card.
I already did it when we played God of War.
That's right. Go check out our video games channel, y'all, down in the description box below. We've played through Final Fantasy VII and VIII, and as Amy mentioned, God of War, all of the God of War games. But anyway.
Which was incredible.
Absolutely incredible. Next card is a full art or alt art uncommon in Prompto Argentum. So we got one of these guys earlier, if you recall, but regular art. And now we have him, it's the like selfie guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now we have him alt art with, this is the cool alt art. I like these, where the number of the Final Fantasy game that they're from is in the background behind them. So he's from 15. But that means also that our rare or mythic is a Gilgamesh Master at Arms. Okay.
Love it.
A lot of red. A lot of red. He cares about equipment, so that is something that we could absolutely do if we wanted. I mean, double red is a little tougher to splash for, obviously, but still, he does care about equipment, and he's a human samurai. And behind Gilgamesh, our foil, yes, is a foil Summon Fat Chocobo. I have to say, I guess the background's fine. I was about to say the foiling pattern's not that impressive, but I mean, to be fair, on Sagas, you don't get a lot of art, so it makes a bit of sense. But the background looks cool.
Yeah.
It's just that it's, this tiny little bit up here. That's all. Okay. Behind the Fat Chocobo is a full art island. Very nice. I forgot to put Gilgamesh over here with our rares. There we go. We have a full art island. I feel like I have not seen a lot of this island art from this set either. Interesting. And a hero/bird.
Yeah.
2 more packs to go in this set of 6. I've been pretty damn pleased with this box so far, I must say. Give us some more good stuff. More good stuff. We have a Sabo Tender. I really like this card for limited. I think it's very, very good.
I like the art because it's funny. And it's so bright. There's so many different colors. Like, I love that kind of thing in a typical art, but this one's also hilarious.
Fair enough. I like it. Cornered by Black Mages. I like this card a lot. We have a Commune with Beavers. Good God. And Ice Flan. We were talking about this card earlier. I would put this in. It's not an artifact. It doesn't synergistically work with artifacts, but it's the land cycler for blue. And if we're going to be playing blue, we would need this. And it's just a good card. If you can get up to 6 mana, it's a 5/4. It taps a thing. It puts a stun counter on it. That's just helpful. So
I'm just trying to think, what would Ice Flan be? Would it just be Frozen Flan? Because then that's not really a flan consistency.
Could be minty, maybe. Like a cooling sensation, right? So a mint type of flavor.
Okay. Because I was thinking maybe like a when you go to like a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts and they like blend the ice drink.
Sure.
You
It's
know,
like a
so it's
colada type thing.
yeah, so it's like soft but ice, you know?
Sure, yeah.
Like an icy.
Yeah.
Or like an Italian ice sort of thing.
I like that. That also works. As always, folks, with anything, by the way, that we've talked about today, leave your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. We have a Courial. It's the first one I've had to say in this whole box, and I'm mad that I had to even say this one.
Yep.
I'm also mad because we would play this. I mean, obviously, it's a great card. You can tap a non-enchantment creature, which is great for 2 mana. Not too bad at all. We have a Crossroads Village, another card that would help us splash. Nice. So this is a lot better than Capital City as a town because it just comes down as whatever color you say it is. So if we needed this for red, for example, to splash for, great way to use it. We have a Lunatic Pandora. Again, if we...
Hey.
What? Because lunatic?
Nah, I just felt like you were calling me.
Oh, yes, definitely. That's what I was doing. I will note, it's a legendary artifact. So even though it's a common, it's an artifact that works for our deck, and it's legendary, which works for Venat. So something to keep in mind that this card, many people would usually say that they wouldn't play it, but this could go quite well in that type of a deck because it's an artifact and it's legendary. So it works in both respects. We have another Rufus Shinra as our first uncommon. We have an Unexpected Request as the second.
Okay.
It's a very unexpected request. And a Travel the Overworld as the third. This does say affinity for towns. And if we're going to be playing the Adventurers Inns, which are towns, we might be playing the Crossroads Village and the Capital City, which are towns. And there's the Bolam Garden, by the way, as well, Seed Academy.
Awesome.
That is a town. And this has affinity for towns, draw 4 cards. So I would almost certainly put this in. This is a good one.
Well, as a real estate agent, I have affinity for towns.
There you go. You did it. Ooh, we have something interesting back here. Our rare or mythic? Oh, no, actually, this is our question mark, whatever this card is. But our next card is... Yeah, okay. So we have Fang, Fearless Icy. We were just talking about Icies. But this is our Fearless Icy with the alt art from, what, 13? Final Fantasy 13?
Okay, so maybe this person eats the
Icy? Oh, the flan? The ice flan? Maybe. But notably, by the way, Fang is a flip card. Sort of. Because Fang is the bottom half of the only meld card in this set. So yeah, this is, it was funny, I couldn't remember the name, but this is Ragnarok. It says so right there, when Ragnarok dies. But this is, like I said, the only meld card in the set. Obviously, getting the other half of this would be amazing, even if it is not this like an alt art. It still obviously could work, and so that would be great. I would like that a lot. Behind it, our rare or mythic is an upside down Minwu White Mage. Wow. My bad. No, that was me. I did that because with the card was sideways, right? So I didn't remember which way to turn it back face up again.
I was gonna say it's been a long time since we've come across any like that.
That's a good point. We usually do open like weird stuff.
When Wizards like changed everything that they did.
Yeah, weirdly collated stuff happened a lot for us on camera. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It has been a while. That's a good point.
I guess they got their shit together.
Seemingly. I mean, you know, the Pringles would say otherwise.
Yeah, well.
But Minwu White Mage is actually a really cool card, and notably white, so it could go in the deck. Vigilance and Lifelink, right? So it works with Excalibur 2. And whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on each cleric you control.
Ooh. I like me some clerics.
Right? And there are random incidental clerics that we would absolutely run into. So that's really cool. I would absolutely play this card in this blue-white deck that we're seemingly putting together here.
I feel like there's too many cards in it already.
Maybe. Maybe. That's what, I mean, making cuts is a difficult thing. I suck at it every week. But then you can come join us on stream and help me out every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on this channel. We'd love to have you. Behind Minwoo, our foil is another Summon Anima.
Wow.
This one regular art, but foil. Very cool. And actually not bad in foil because the entirety of the art is like actually has foiling pattern on it. Right? You see that?
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Behind it, our land is a Charlayan Nation of Scholars, which is our 2 colors that we are going to be playing, at least so far in the deck that we are imagining we're going to be making. So that's fantastic. Really, again, this one's stamped, I guess, so that's different, kind of. But it's the stamped Machinist's Arsenal. We got this one in the last video or 2 videos ago or something. So, whatever, man. We have one more pack to go in this video. Like I said, our white-blue deck is really coming together, so I'm a fan. Let's see what we can get out of this last pack that will hopefully get added to our deck and help us out. We have a Resentful Revelation again. Blitzball Shot again. Combat Tutorial. We didn't really talk about it with the first one. I mean, I would probably put one of these in. If we're looking for cuts, I would cut it. But if we're looking for a 23rd, I'd put one of these in. Ah, good pickup. Paladin's Arms. It's an equipment, it's a white card, it's an artifact. It gets in this deck. Very, very nice. Another Sabotender. An Instant Ramen. This card gets in. It's an artifact and it's food, so it gains you life.
Nice.
Absolutely gets in the deck.
Yeah, I guess there are some college students that would say that instant ramen gains them life, but I don't think it does for anybody else.
Nice, very nice. Again, leave it in the comments. Behind it, another Through the Ages card in Princess Sarah, aka Azusa Lost But Seeking. Not going to be a card that we're going to be able to play in this deck, but still our 4th Through the Ages card out of 6 packs in this video. Insane.
What a cool cosplay this would be.
Oh, God. Wow. Okay.
Right?
Sure. It's a lot.
Yeah. But fucking awesome, though, right?
And this is from Final Fantasy 1, so when we get to Final Fantasy 1, we'll have to see. But it won't be this good because it's Final Fantasy 1, right? So it's going to be like crappier, infinitely crappier graphics than Final Fantasy 7. No. So, like, yeah.
Well, don't they have a remake?
That's a good
Or
question.
they don't have one.
Leave it in the comments.
Yeah, guys, do it.
Onto our uncommons, we have Lock Cole. There is possibility with Rufus Shinra of trying to splash blue instead of red, maybe. Because then we would be able to get 2 Rufus Shinra and Lock Cole, which are legendaries, which we care about. It's a little bit harder because we don't have the blue fixing with like a Rabanaster type, although we do have Bellum Garden, Seed Academy. Or not blue. Oh, sorry. We need the black splash, not blue splash. So never mind. Ignore me about Bellum Garden. We need the black splash. So yeah, we don't have that except for Crossroads Village and Capital City. So it'd be a little bit harder, but I would try it, I think. And again, instead of red. But Lock Cole is a good one. Very good card. We have Eden, Seat of the Sanctum. This is also a town. And you can use it to return a permanent...
A seat. I just thought of toilet.
Oh, it's...
Toilet seat.
Yeah, I'm not gonna... Wow. It's the toilet of the sanctum.
Hey, some people, go to the bathroom to meditate. So
That's
maybe
true.
That could be a sanctum for them.
Wow.
That's what a sanctum is, right? The place to meditate.
I don't know. Again, leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
I don't have a dictionary in front of me, so I don't know.
Well, how dare you?
I know. I'm sorry. I'm doing other things. But yeah, this would let us get something back from our graveyard to our hand. It's a town. I don't know. If we're trying to splash, putting too many colorless towns in isn't really the best idea. So maybe we wouldn't play this in favor of playing the 2 Adventurers Inns so that we would have some life gain. Plus, you'd be happy. It's the Adventurers Inns. I know you like those. Yeah.
I would definitely prefer them to a toilet seat.
Every house has to have a toilet, Amy. At least one.
At least one.
At least one.
I mean, not every house I've seen has had one.
Oh, man.
But that's a whole nother thing.
Yes, it is.
That's something for another video.
Yes, very much so. But also, Amy, check it out. Our third uncommon is Barrett Wallace.
Nice.
Very nice.
I love this art. It's so fucking awesome.
It cares about the number of equipped creatures we control, and he's a legendary. You tell me in the comments, folks, would you splash black for Rufus Shinra, and Lock Cole? Or would you splash red for some of the other Equipment Matters cards and Barrett Wallace? We also have behind it a side quest, Hunt the Mark, which I very much like, but again, even if we were splashing black, I couldn't justify putting this in there. But side quest Hunt the Mark flips into Yasmat, Ultimate Mark. Very nice. This is a really good card. And it's a legendary dragon. But again, like I said, I couldn't justify double black, especially because we don't have a lot of ways of helping us have black mana or access to black mana. But that means that our last for this video, rare or mythic, unless we get lucky with a foil, is a Golbez Crystal Collector. It cares about artifacts. It's blue and black. Whenever an artifact we control enters Surveil 1, at the beginning of our end step, if we control 4 or more artifacts, return a creature from our graveyard to our hand, and then if we control 8 or more artifacts, they lose life equal to that card's power.
Oh.
Very interesting. And it's a legendary, and it cares about artifacts. Did that just help us to determine that we would splash black instead of red? I think it might have. But like I said, I want to know from you in the comments down below. Would you splash neither? Would you not even play blue-white? As always, let us know your thoughts.
Yes, please.
But also, let's see if this foil makes our life more difficult. It is a Quatrub Forayer. It does not make our life more difficult because it wouldn't get in even if we were splashing black, but that foil is gorgeous. At least up in this portion over here.
Oh,
see that?
Yeah.
Very, very nice. I like that a lot.
So cool.
Right? And then our last land is a Guadasalam Farplane Gateway.
That art is crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I don't know that I've seen an art like that.
Oh.
Like those shades of blue are so unusual.
Mm-hmm. They're like very strong, very bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially against the black.
Yeah.
Like really draws you in.
Mm-hmm. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
And then our last token is, ooh, Sephiroth One-Winged Angel Emblem.
Oh, damn.
And a Robot Warrior. But, I mean, obviously, this is much better. So cool.
That's very cool.
Right? I mean, for this video, I mean, we did get a lot of these Through the Ages cards, but I'm more impressed with Venat, personally. It's a foil rare, which is rare in and of itself. It's a flip card, which I love, and this foiling pattern is insane. What did you think when you looked at it up close?
It's a lot better up close.
Okay.
From a distance, it just looks like a silver blob. And like even on camera,
both sides,
I feel like it looks like a silver blob.
It's so pretty though.
But close up, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
Yeah. I'm super glad we got this in foil. Super glad. So, that is the end of this particular video. Obviously, like I said, we want to know what kind of a deck you would make if you opened these 6 packs. Also, you're more than welcome, if you've been following along, or even if you haven't, to let us know what you think of the box so far. We are now officially over halfway done with this opening. So, we will see what else this box has in store for us. We've gotten a good number of mythics. No mythics in this video, technically, although I don't know the rarity of Barnabas Tharmer. So there's that, I suppose, but still.
Okay.
I don't think it's a mythic, put it that way. But we got a foil rare, which I would, you know what, maybe, again, tell me in the comments. I would imagine a foil rare is rarer than just a generic mythic.
Yeah.
I would think. So... But like I said, let us know about anything and everything that you would like in the comments down below.
I just feel like this is like so reflective.
Yeah.
And just, in like TV shows and movies where people like use a mirror to like temporarily blind someone for like a split second, right?
Do that with this.
Do that with this card. Just like let the sun shine on it, and you could just like have somebody go, I can't see,
With just the front side or the back side too?
Either side.
The back side's crazy, crazy in foil. Anyway. So yes, thank you all so very much for watching. Hopefully you will be able to tune in next week for the next part of this. In fact, there's 2 more parts to go. So hopefully you don't miss out because we've been really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And we hope you have too. And we will see you. To make sure that you don't miss out on when that video comes out, please make sure that you subscribe and ring that bell so that you will get notifications whenever any of our videos come out, including the rest of this box opening, but also it'll let you know whenever we go live, like we are every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel, and we really do appreciate that. And if you want to support us further, please feel free to check out all the links in the description down below. We have other channels, we have our socials, like our 2 Instagram accounts, so you can definitely go check all that stuff out, and we really do appreciate any and all support that you are all willing to give. But for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe. And
I'm Amy.
And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.